7 people are now behind bars for trespassing. Austin police arrested them at the Willow Creek Tunnel.
It's an area APD calls a hotspot for crime near Riverside Drive in southeast Austin. The tunnel is also a place where police say homeless people hang out and sometimes sleep. And
with police set to enforce new homeless rules, they told KXAN's Eugene Cho they still hope to start with a warning.
The rules here are pretty clear.
That's a watershed protected area.
Officer John Nelson says the tunnel can flood easily and there's a sign, no trespassing. But that hasn't stopped people from finding shelter in the tunnel.
We do try.
Nelson says APD's new unit, Region 3 Innovative Safety Engagement, or RISE, started coming out here a few weeks ago, telling them they're trespassing.
We want to gain voluntary compliance, and part of our unit's goal is to minimize harm.
The weeks of warnings didn't work for these people.
People who stay under the bridge tell me even if police give them time to gather their belongings, the problem is there's nowhere else for them to go.
That doesn't help anybody.
Julian Reyes took these pictures.
We need somebody here that can deal with mental health, medical issues, and housing. That's the only people that need to be involved in this.
David Montoya, who lives nearby, says homeless camps have been more visible.
That's driving out businesses that are just barely struggling to make ends meet with high cost of rent.
He says if anyone is violating the rules,
if they can enforce it, by all means, they should do that. Because, you know, these people can't be living under tunnels and throwing trash and just not abiding by what the city codes are.
Officer Nelson says RISE hands out pamphlets like this.
There's meals, there's shelter, there's legal aid.
Saying the first step is always voluntary compliance, not an arrest.
The larger the long-term effort would be to find housing for all of these homeless individuals.
Eugene Cho, KXAN News.
RISE is an initiative specific to the Riverside Drive neighborhood. Starting on Monday, the city's new homeless rules will go into effect, and that includes a ban on camping on sidewalks. Austin police have been against the original ordinance changes approved over the summertime. Last week, APD released data showing crimes involving the homeless were up. They compared to July to September of this year, and during that same period last year, instances of violent crime between people who are homeless went up 15%. The number of violent crimes committed by homeless suspects increased 11%, and the number of violent crimes against homeless victims went up 19%.